Well, folks, it's time for another coffee time video. And it's one that I've been trying to figure out how to go about making for, well, longer than even I realize, I think. But it's one I just need to get on with. It's one of those things where I've got actually a few subtitles, in mind for it because well, I usually try to pick one based on what I talk about in the video, but, well, I don't know if I actually have any particular, one that works really well, so I'm probably just gonna try to come up with one while I'm putting it up. Uh, and it's one of those things where, it's mostly about something I've been doing quite a lot of for 2.5 years now, really. I've been trying to figure out just what I'm gonna, or where I am in life, what I'm gonna be doing with it. I mean, sure, I know this is coming uh, you know not long after losing a parent. But it's been going on for quite a lot longer than that. Uh, and I think one thing that really got all this underway is that actually back in last half of 2019, really, I started taking my health a little more seriously than I had in a while. And since then, I've been taking some weight off, and uh, which is something that's been kind of an issue for me for, well, probably more than half my life, and maybe even 3/4 of it. But I'm actually starting to have some success on that front again, which is one thing I'm gonna probably gonna get into going forward, more. Um, which is one thing I'll probably get to, or I'm hoping to get to later in the video anyway. Um, and part of all of this was, seeing a sleep specialist, in fall of 2019, which led to me winding up being on a BiPAP machine when I sleep, and that's helped with quite a lot of things too, because even though it's one of those things where at present I'm not sure it's effective, being quite as effective as it was when I first started. It's getting some decent sleep has improved a lot of things, changed my helped me change my outlook on a lot of things. And, well, it's been one of those things where I've started to realize that maybe I should be spending less time on here in front of the computer, on social media, that kind of thing. It's just, well, I think I'm just going to come out and say it's why I haven't been on Skype as much as I once was for quite a long time. And, changing that is something that I had hoped to, had do in a more tactful way than I have. But, unfortunately, where I am now is in a place where I can, finally get my head around the fact that, the time for that has long since passed, and even if I had wanted to do it in a better way than I have, I'm not sure that was possible. Uh, Now, it's one of those things that's going to take more digging than I'm willing to put into one of these things, especially since I don't really have any notes or script or anything, here to work from, and that's pretty much how all my videos work. But it's, one of those things where it's, there have been moments when I've considered maybe trying to go back to that to some extent, but, well, where I am with it now is it's unfortunately just not happening, and to the couple people I know that I still used to talk to on there every now and then that I'm still kind of in contact with, yeah, I kind of would have liked to have gone about this some better way, but the more I tried to work out how I was going to go about it, I just came to the realization that it just wasn't going to happen any other way than this, and that's, well, I certainly think it's unfortunate, and I regret having to go about it this way, but it's better to do it this way, I think, than just let it sit. Now I know at least one of them still follows me on, a few other social media platforms, and I'm certainly still okay with that. It's one of those things where I just have to, for my own good anyway, I just have to move on from, things that I was doing in years past because, well, now that all my grandparents and one of my own actual parents is, no longer with us, I'm starting to realize that I'm really not what you'd call young anymore, and I need to, reevaluate what exactly it is I have been doing with, my time and what I'm going to do going forward. With that in mind, I have a few things in mind that I, kind of need to cut back on. Like I was saying, it's the social media stuff like they had been doing, before is one thing I kind of need to cut back on. I've managed to cut back on all the food and that kind of stuff too, which is something I had a problem with. But as far as what I am going to do going forward, I'm still trying to figure that out. I still have some ideas, as I'm always saying I have ideas. I've got plenty of those. The problem is, figuring out which ones I'm actually going to act on and how I'm going to make that happen. Like I know I need to kind of get back into the exercise stuff I used to do with my dad before his health kind of really did crap out on him, and so I'm thinking I might try to actually do some of that between making this video and actually posting it. But as far as the other stuff, well, back in the day, I actually used to do live streams on a fairly regular basis. That was back in the day when Ustream actually used to be a thing, which, that ordinary members of the general public like myself could do for free. And that hasn't been the case in 5 years minimum, probably longer now. It's one of those things where I'd have to, look at my Facebook memories and, see when how long it's been since I've advertised that. But it's one of those things where there is, well, the two services I know that do that kind of thing now are Twitch and YouTube, where I'm putting the recorded video. And I, if I'm gonna do that kind of thing, do more of this video and streaming and that kind of thing, I'm definitely gonna have to, get a newer, computer than what I'm using right now, because, well, the one I've got now is, well, 5 years old minimum. Uh, and I'm going to have to get a new one of those. Probably a newer camera, a better camera than what I've got. Um, and then there's yeah, I'd kind of like to, get back into writing more, which, is something I also enjoy, quite a lot, and I'd like to do more of. I might not necessarily, need a new, machine for that quite as badly, but like I said, the one I'm working on now is at least 5 years old and, a little out of date, so I'm gonna have to, consider maybe doing something, getting a newer model than what I've got, just to replace, technology that is ancient for what it is, really, but, and it's one of those things where, I just need to, figure out, figure a few things out, and well, I'm gonna say I'm in a different place than where I was the last couple of times I've, taken the time to, actually talk and think about these things. I don't necessarily know if it's a better place, but it is different. And I've got some ideas about what I'm gonna, actually am gonna do with myself going forward. It's one of those things where, I don't exactly know for sure just what that's gonna be. I'm just hoping I can be a little more tactful about it than, I have been in the past, and I'm trying to work out, how exactly that's gonna go. I really don't know for now. Um, like I said, I'm trying to come up with a plan, and I'm sure one other thing I used to do back in the day that I kind of think might actually help is I actually used to do a written schedule for kind of what I thought I was going to do in my off time from my day job. And it's something I think I might actually need to, start doing again, because, that really did help with a lot of things. And, well, anything I can do to help myself would probably be a good idea. But, yeah, I'm still trying to get things sorted out here, for actually quite a lot of things. And, well, like I was saying, I think I'm in a different place that is not necessarily better or worse than any place I've been for quite a while now. I'd like to say things are, coming along, getting better. I don't necessarily know if that's the case. I'm hoping I can come up with ways of changing things for, in a more positive way, but, we'll have to see. There are always going to be regrets no matter what I do, and I, have plenty for how things have been, how things are right now, and I'm hoping to reduce the number of those I have for how things are going to go. But, well, we'll just have to see how all that works out. But for now, I think I'm just going to wrap this up because it's going on 15 minutes. I have, some things to, get all sorted out. So I'm going to wrap this up. Once again, I do kind of regret not doing this in a better way than I have. But, like I was saying towards the beginning, it's, better to just get that out there and, have it closer to done with anyway. So we'll see what the future holds. Hopefully I'll be able to get more of this sorted out. And until I can get on with, other stuff, I will see you when I see you. Have a good however long, everybody. I'll talk to you again before too terribly long, I hope. So I'll see you when I see you. Have a good however long.